Joining us now is Ms. Ewa Lis-Jeżak, the president of IDC Poland and the Baltic countries. Welcome to TVP World.
Welcome.
So I'd like to start out by asking, what is the difference when it comes to IT and new technologies? What differs Poland and the rest of the West?
So Poland has been developing really fast throughout last 30 years. Though there is a certain difference, which is the attitude to the risk and attitude to the adoption of new technologies. Not only Poland, but the whole Eastern European region tends to be sort of 2 years behind. So the attitude is to sit and wait how the new technologies will be adopted, what will be the best use cases, and what to follow. So there is a certain conservative approach towards overspending on new technologies. It's better to invest in something that is proven. So when we see how cloud was growing in European countries or data analytics, usually Polish numbers were accelerating like 2 years later, which is happening now in case of cloud, for example. We see massive investments in cloud now, which actually happened in Europe, again, like 2 years ago. So this sit and wait approach is really interesting. The other thing is the attitude towards risk. We are not so open to take risk, and take risk means be ready to waste money, to overspend in terms of budget. And again, the approach is more conservative. So proven solutions, proven scenarios work much better. We could see during pandemic that there was this massive growth in all the collaborative tools. The future of work changed a lot. Huge investment in cybersecurity. So this was the momentum where actually companies had no choice. They had to invest because otherwise the business would have stopped. We saw the massive acceleration in various industries, for example, in manufacturing, due to lack of people who are on a sick leave. The investments towards robotics and automation accelerated. Again, this was like the momentum, and then it slowed down. So again, we are more on this secure side to sit and wait.
So would you say that, well, let's say the situation, let's say, makes these people take these decisions, and other than that, they prefer to wait for a better moment, maybe?
Yes, we're just not so open to take a risk. And in this case, the risk is financial. So, of course, it can be explained. But, yes, maybe it's also the result of the capital.
Now, what about when it comes to the talent that is in Poland when it comes to AI and new technologies? What is it that Poland has to offer in terms of this talent pool to the rest of the world and the rest of Europe in this case?
That's very interesting. So Poland has been really competitive in terms of talents. We are famous for great programmers, and Polish programmers have been winning the biggest contests in the world, and it goes to the educational system. So despite all the discussion around the education, of course, and we all know that it is an issue everywhere, but Poland has been famous for a very good mathematical school, which resulted for many years in good engineers and in very good programmers. So this has been for a long time our advantage, and the export goods we have been offering to the world. In terms of AI, well, this is something new and not new. We talk about generative AI as something new, but AI has been with us for longer. And again, this requires data analytics skills, programming. So I think in this case, Poland is really attractive.
And what about, because I have heard that recently the new CEO of AI is Polish. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, this was announced yesterday, but unfortunately I don't know much more. So I haven't, well, that's a great thing. We have more people in OpenAI who are famous. So Polish people are in the headquarters of these new solutions for sure.
And now what about if someone wants to work with data in the future or wants to go into engineering? what is it that they should focus on in school in order to be able to go to the university and study just that?
Well, for sure, the background has to be technical. So the scientific subjects play the massive role here. But the future is not only about technology; it's about our interaction with technology. So how we communicate, how we collaborate with robots, with how we work in this new technology, how we translate technology and machine to the workforce. So not only technical skills are really needed, and this is what we often say to the young people or to women who are encouraged to enter the technology, that they don't need really technical background. They can use the skills they have and develop them towards talking to technologies or working with technologies. There are also other interesting initiatives. There is the Mercedes-Benz factory on the south of Poland, and this factory has 40% of workforce is women. And Mercedes made really great investments in the local communities, preparing women, because technology allowed women to enter factory, which was not possible years ago. It was a heavy industry. Now working with cobots, with robots, makes it much more easy. So women can really be on the floor and operate in the factory, which again shows the advantage of technology that allows the entry to a various group of people, which was not possible earlier.
And it's very interesting what you said. You mentioned this communication between human and machine. Do you think, but is there also a danger in this that, for example, people will be more focused on, well, learning how and then communicating with the machine, but maybe there are skills that we have to remember to, well, keep and make sure that we have them in order to also communicate on this human-to-human level?
Oh, that's a very broad topic. What we've been saying for long, critical thinking, it's number one. The ability to ongoing learning. I think it's a huge pressure when I even look at myself. Whatever is being introduced to the market, we have to be able to understand it or to use it or to see how we can use it. Again, pandemic was a great momentum where we could see the elder generation entering the technologies within the collaborative tools, using Zoom or Teams to talk to the families, breaking this barrier. Now we talk about digitalization of the administration. Towards 2026, the whole Polish administration will be digitalized. So all these things require people to break their behaviors and get more, be encouraged to use these tools. So so the ongoing learning is probably the most important thing that we have to be embrace as humans. As I said, critical thinking and fast decision making. Mm-hmm. That's another thing. We really need to make decisions fast today, to implement all the new things and to decide what is worth being implemented. If we talk about data economy, so we need to know which data is important, how to distinguish what has to be validated. So all these things make the new the new approach that will be really necessary for everyone, I believe.
And do you think that maybe in the future, because when it comes to making such quick and snap decisions on the spot, do you think this is something that also machines might replace human here, or is it always going to be that human factor that will be the deciding and last thing in this chain?
Well, I do hope that there will be the human factor, but on the other hand, the AI especially helps us replace all the mundane tasks, is able to analyze a lot of data and make the fast decisions. Still, at the end and in the beginning, there has to be a human who supplies the data, who defines the task, and someone who judges the output at the end. But not one human. That's another thing. The AI means a huge cultural change for the organizations. Now, for a long time, the digital transformation required a collaborative approach, breaking silos, which hasn't happened everywhere yet. But making these new processes, everyone has to be involved in judging the input and the output. It has to be collaborative, it has to be discussed, because these decisions will be really data-based, data-driven. But the human is required there for sure.
It does seem like very interesting times will be ahead of us. Ms. Ewa Lis-Jeżak, the president of IDC Poland and the Baltic countries, thank you for speaking to us here on tvpworld.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.